The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. What's up, guys? Leo Mookie here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Pyra and Mythra's Driver. This is part 3. In the last part, Izuku met Pyra and began training with both of them in both swordplay and other techniques as well. Not only that, he also knows about Siren, the mech that Mythra can use one of her most ultimate attacks. But over time, Izuku, Pyra, and Mythra, all three of them truly got to know one another and have an unbreakable trust. And with that said, let's get into this. Right after what I've last let off, Izuku, their junior high teacher and middle basically knows that everybody wants to become a hero and join the hero track. Not only that, just like in canon, Bakugo says, "Don't let me in with these losers, teach. They would be lucky to be sidekicks to some D-list hero." And as everyone gets kind of pissed off, and Izuku gets, "Oh, come on, Kachan, seriously?" After that, Mythra just gave Bakugo kind of a, "Seriously? Man, he's so childish." As saying all this, Bakugo stands up on his desk saying that, "I'm the only one that's dead in school who's going to become the number one hero, who's going to be greater. That's why I'm going to UA." As everyone's shocked, wondering he's going to go to UA, as they only have at least a 5% pass rate, as it's hard to get even in there, as that's why it's the only school for him, the only school for him at all. As their teacher says, "You're also going to UA, isn't that true, Midoriya?" As that, Bakugo stopped glowing and actually stared at Izuku and Mythra. As everyone acknowledges that I could see Izuku going to UA. I mean, he's got one heck of a quirk. As everyone says, one heck of a quirk. He has one of the craziest quirks ever existed. A living person. As after this, Izuku kind of gets a little bit embarrassed. But Mythra basically saying, "Hey, Izuku, soak up all this praise as you can. Trust me, you're going to want it." As Bakugo saying, "No way, Deku. No way in hell somebody like you deserves to go to UA. I mean, come on. Your quirk is basically cheating as she's almost like a living being. There's no way that should be damn fair, you bastard." As Izuku gets kind of nervous, but Mythra soon steps in saying, "You have no right to say that, Bakugo. I mean, I'm Izuku's quirk, so my power is his and always will be his, since I'm basically his quirk, his power." As that said, after that, Izuku feels a lot more calm and even confident in himself, since he has Mythra by his side. After all, Mythra and Pyra. Their teacher says, "All right, settle down." As he says, "Midoriya, make sure that your quirk Mythra doesn't blout out anymore until class ends." As he's saying, "Yes, sir. I promise, sir." After that, the day goes by as usual. As Mythra says, "Come on, Izuku, I'm starving. I want to go to the cafe as soon as possible." As Izuku say, "Come on, Mythra, be patient. I'm on my way." As soon after, he grabs his hero notebook, but before then, Bakugo just grabs it out of spite, as he's saying, "What's this?" As Izuku gets nervous, "Hey, Kachan, wait! That's my notebook." As saying, "Your hero notebook?" Well, I know where this belongs. As Mythra realized what Bakugo plans on doing, and actually grabs it as soon as possible before he could even explode it, as saying, "What the hell? Why you damn," saying, as she grabbed her sword. Actually, she wasn't carrying her sword this time. It was actually Izuku, since he's actually gotten a hang of using it now, and basically took it from his back, saying, "Wait, Mythra, wait!" As what? Come on, don't do it, please. This isn't the time for that. And saying, okay, fine, whatever. Tosses the sword back to Izuku and puts it back on his back, and saying, sorry about that, Kachan. Look, we gotta go. Later. Is that both of them leave, with Mythra actually sticking her tongue out and laying down her eye as well. Is Bakugo going, "That little pain ass. He was once a quirkless nobody just a year ago. What the hell happened to him? I swear, I'll put him back in his place. Once he doesn't have his quirk by his little side." After that, Izuku and Mythra planned on heading out, as she actually went through his notebook, but instead of Mythra, it was actually Pyra, saying, Izuku, these designs are actually really great, especially from the hero Mountain Lady that you made since she debuted alongside Kamui Woods. You could actually go into being a support hero instead. As Izuku saying, yeah, but I want to help people, not just with my designs or costume, but also in the field as well. People deserve to be helped in that regards, don't you think? As Pyra says, that's why I know you can do it. With me and Mythra by your side, don't ever believe that you're ever alone again. We'll always be here for you. Never, always. As Izuku gives off a smile, "Thanks, Pyra. I really appreciate it." As she say, "Oh, don't mention Izuku." Soon after, they go through the tunnel alleyway, as the sludge villain soon comes up behind them, saying, "2 for the price of 1. Now this is what I need." After that, Izuku soon grabbed his sword, and Pyra used the shield. And soon after, the sludge villain said, "Wait, what the hell? Don't tell me these are their quirks. Oh God. Well, I'll take the kid. He looks weaker than the girl, actually." As he rushes at Izuku. Izuku doesn't really flinch, but actually gives off a little smile, and actually says, "Fire smash!" And as a flaming shockwave comes right at the sludge villain, as he begins feeling burned by what just happened and how. Soon after, Izuku began slashing at the sludge villain, but the flaming blade isn't sharp. It feels more blunt than anything, but the sludge villain can still feel it, since it's still made out of fire and all that. After weakening the sludge villain a bit, he soon throws his sword to Pyra and says, "Pyra, finish it off!" And there she uses the sword and jumps in the air, and one fatal slash down, knocking the sludge villain out easily. As Izuku saying, "All right, now that's what I'm talking about, Pyra. Nice work. You were amazing." As both of them give a high five, as soon after, saying, "Well, you were amazing too, Izuku. You've really gotten used to my sword and our links too. We work well together as a team." As he's saying, "Yeah, thanks." Soon after, the sludge villain is still a little bit conscious, after being hit by Pyra and thinks, how is that even possible? I didn't expect you two to put up that much of a fight for a bunch of kids. As Izuku saying, Pyra, would you do the honors? As she's saying, gladly. And soon released a fireball right at the sludge villain, knocking him out completely. And as he says, you made sure it was half, right? As saying, of course, I'm not gonna kill him. But I wouldn't be so sure for Mythra. As in her mind, as Mythra within Pyra's mind saying, hey, shut up. That's not how it would go. As there, soon after, All Might appears saying, never fear, for I am here. After that, Izuku began freaking out like crazy, saying, oh my god, it's All Might! All Might is right in front of me! As Pyra saying, chill, Izuku. I mean, I know he's your number one hero, and I know you're most likely his biggest fanboy, but still, calm down. As there's nothing but stars in Izuku's eyes, as he's freaking out like crazy. As saying, haha, I see. The two of you must have taken out the sludge villain easily. Well done, both of you. I must ask, what are both of your quirks? As Izuku's fanboying begins fading away, and realized that Pyra and Mythra are his quirk, but he doesn't know. But is it their power, or is it his own strength that he can rely on? Or did he get this far with only them? As he says, as he doesn't say anything, but Pyra says, I'm his quirk actually. As he says, wait, what do you mean? As she says, I'm a sentient quirk. That means I have a will of my own, but I can't be activated unless Izuku says so. So that's why. As All Might saying, I've never seen a sentient quirk taking human form before. That's quite rare. If anything, it's quite unique in a way. As that, Izuku soon snapped out of it for a bit and says, All Might, can you sign my notebook? As he's saying, of course. As he soon signs Izuku's notebook with Izuku fanboying like crazy once more, saying, this is gonna be a family heirloom. I can't wait to show it to my grandkids. As hearing this, Pyra actually started blushing, and not just Pyra, but also Mythra inside of her head as well. As Izuku said, Pyra, are you okay? Is saying, yep, I'm totally fine, but you're blushing. Do you feel okay? As saying, yeah, I'm totally fine. You don't have to worry. And soon after, soon was about to leave, but then, once, just like in canon, Izuku actually wanted to stop All Might for a bit, and actually held on to him while he went up. And there, Pyra soon says, Izuku, wait, All Might! As there, she begins freaking out, thinking, Mythra, what are we? As Mythra says, yeah, I saw everything. Hang on, I think there's only one way we can find that idiot. After that, both Mythra's core crystal and the tiara on her head soon glow green. As a giant white mech soon appears right in front of the alleyway, this being Siren. After that, just like Mythra soon entered Siren. As Siren soon flies up into the sky. With that, the conversation between All Might and Izuku while All Might was still in the air just went on, and they landed on the rooftop. But after that, All Might began asking, "Look, I already signed your your notebook. So what else did you want to ask me, young man? As he's saying, All Might, can I tell you something? As soon after, All Might's time limit was reaching its end, with Izuku soon asking the same question. Even though if he doesn't have a quirk, can he really be a hero? As soon after, he sees All Might in his normal form, as he begins freaking out, thinking that he isn't All Might, that he's an imposter. Like, he's freaking out. He's freaking out like crazy. As he's saying, no, I'm really All Might. This is just what I look like now after a certain battle. As he's saying, a certain battle. He begins thinking it's the toxic chainsaw fight, with All Might being impressed, knowing his history, that many not even knowing of that battle. But no, this was a battle between somebody more dangerous, somebody more evil, that I had to keep it under wraps. As he soon shows him the massive scar that's right beside his, it's on his side, that half of his stomach is basically torn apart, and his respiratory system is shit. Soon after, he soon tells Izuku, look, heroes do a lot of dangerous things, a lot of things that they need a quirk for. So, you say that you don't have a quirk, but what about that girl? She said that she was your quirk, right? If that's the case, you can just bring her up here. And saying, but Izuku's saying, All Might, you told me your secret, so let me tell you mine. That girl, Pyra, she's not really my quirk. She's a supporter. She's my guardian. She protects me. She's my blade. A blade. She says that she's from another dimension, another world, actually. So because of that, she vows to protect me and always be by my side. Because of her, I feel confident that I can become a hero as long as she's with me. I feel like nobody can beat us. But I wanted to know for sure if I can become, the reason I'm this confident is because of them, or because of their power. I needed to know for sure, even without them, can I become a hero? As All Might say this, believing, if that's the case, then I'm sorry. You can't become a hero without a quirk. After that, Izuku's mind was completely shattered. His whole world was shattered. But he did say, after this, All Might saying, I'll keep your secrets about that girl. But to be honest, I doubt anybody would believe me if I said it anyway. They would most likely believe it's a joke. But even so, even if she is your partner, even if she says that she'll always protect you, she's basically her own person. She can choose what she wants, after all. After that, All Might begins leaving, and Izuku feels down, thinking, what if Pyra and Mythra left him to seek out their own dream, their own what they both only desire, and leave him high and dry? That it's their power, the reason why he's so confident in himself. After thinking this, he soon hears a massive sound behind him, as he soon screams like crazy, saying, "What the Siren? Why is?" As a voice comes from Siren saying, "Hey, Izuku, what the hell is wrong with you? Leaving us like that? Seriously." And saying, "Mythra, why are you in Siren?" As you know why, you idiot. Don't ever do something like that again. As she soon comes out of Siren, and there, Izuku started feeling down again, and reminded what All Might said. Then, as Mythra noticed this and realized, okay, you idiot, tell me what's going on. After that, Izuku says, wait, how did you... I've been with you almost a year. Come on. You don't think I wouldn't know what's wrong with you? After that, Izuku soon told her everything on what All Might said. As both Pyra and Mythra are surprised that Izuku would think this, or he's thought of this for so long. As Mythra tells him, you're an idiot, you know that? As going, what? Our power is your power. We're always going to be by your side, you dumb idiot. We wouldn't be here. We're not just... We may be your blades. We do have free will of our own. But still, we choose to be with you. As soon Pyra comes out saying, we're not going anywhere. We choose to be with you, Izuku, because you're a kind, supporting, loving, and always helpful person. If I see, those are all the qualifications of a hero. And plus, our power has always been yours, and no one else's, just yours. Don't ever forget that, Izuku. As Izuku hears this, begins shedding a couple of tears, saying, thanks, girls. The two of you really are the best, you know that? As soon Pyra soon says, anytime. After that, they soon hear tons of explosions that go on everywhere. As they begin wondering what's going on. Mythra soon tells Izuku to get inside Siren. As Izuku's surprised, wait, what? Can it even fit two people? As saying, just get in, idiot. As she grabs him and they both jump inside Siren, where it's not really that cramped at all, but Izuku still feels a little bit uncomfortable, mostly because he's right beside Mythra, really close. But that aside, the two of them soon see what's happening, as the sludge villain that they defeated, that Izuku and Pyra defeated, is out. As they both get out of Siren and soon try to figure out what's going on and how. As they begin hearing that, didn't All Might capture the sludge villain? Shouldn't it be under his custody and all that? As Izuku's eyes began opening wide, realizing that this is his fault, that the sludge villain got free because of him. As Mythra said, don't think that. It couldn't happen. It could happen to anyone. He says, it's my fault. If I didn't hold on to All Might, he wouldn't have. As they soon says that that the sludge villain has a hostage. That in that hostage being Bakugo, as both Mythra and Izuku's eyes are wide and open. They're wondering what they should just sit back and let the heroes take care of this. That they can't do anything about this. But Mythra says, are you an idiot? I may hate Bakugo just as much as the next guy, but you still care about him. Don't you want to do anything to help him? But as Izuku hesitates for a bit and just says, the heroes can handle this, can they? As he sees that they're just standing there doing nothing as Bakugo is suffering. And that Izuku couldn't just sit back and do nothing. As he's saying, Mythra, bring out Pyra. As saying, wait, so you really are going to do something? It says, just do it! As Mythra is surprised that Izuku just shouted, saying, of course. As soon after, Izuku says, come on, Pyra. Without even noticing, both Pyra and Mythra both just jumped up in the air, all across the crowd, and even passing and running so fast that not even the heroes could even catch them. With the sludge villain seeing that it's both of them, began freaking out like crazy, saying, "You two, no, get away from me!" As Izuku throws out 2 fire slashes right at the sludge villain. As he begins losing his concentration, and Bakugo begins getting free a little bit. While Izuku is slashing, Pyra says, "Bakugo, grab my hand, now!" As saying, "Are you kidding me? Like hell I'll grab..." As he's saying, "Just stop being stubborn and grab my hand. Izuku's risking his life for you. Try and be considerate for once in your life, please." After that, Bakugo says, "Fine, screw it. I'll grab your hand, you bastard." As he grabs Pyra's hand and she pulls him out. As Izuku is happy, as the sludge villain begins freaking out, saying, "You bastards! I'm gonna kill you!" As Izuku says, "Not a chance." As Pyra grabs her sword from Izuku, and as both of them hold the sword together up, as they scream out, "Burning sword!" As a giant tornado fire pillar soon is clashed down to the ground. As the sludge villain is basically being burned up in the huge flames. As everyone in the crowd, even the heroes, and not only that, even All Might, who was about to jump in his buff form to save them, was shocked seeing this. As Izuku saying, "We did it, Pyra." As she says, "Of course," and actually hugs Izuku really close, with Izuku blushing like crazy, saying, "Pyra, can you please get off me for a bit?" As she actually blushes, saying, "Oh, sorry about that." As everyone in the crowd cheers, and as the heroes begin wondering, "What was that? Who are you two?" As Izuku introduces himself, with Pyra also introducing herself as well, but as Izuku's quirk. As again, even the media is shocked hearing that Pyra is a sentient quirk in human form. Just like before, almost like how it was in main canon. Instead of Bakugo being praised for his quirk, Izuku's mostly being praised for his quirk and everything for what he done. But he still got somewhat of a scolding from Dead Arms for what he did. It was reckless. Same from Kamui Woods, but also told him that what he did was also brave as well. With the two of them leaving, Mythra soon comes out saying, "You know, if I'm going to be honest, it would have been better leaving Bakugo to die." As Izuku saying, "Mythra, what the? Hey, I'm just saying, one less of an annoying little bastard to deal with, don't you think?" As Izuku saying, "That's not the way of a hero would do. Just because Kachan has always made my life kind of miserable, that doesn't mean I should stink to his level, you know?" As Mythra smiles, saying, "And that's what makes you better than him in every way." After that, soon, Bakugo was about to go up to Izuku, but hearing that, he decides not to say anything and walks back home. While the two of them are also heading back home as well, All Might soon appears saying, "I am here, going through the highway like a hero." As Izuku begins freaking out like crazy, saying, "All Might? How? What are you doing here?" As he goes back to his regular form, saying, spitting out blood, saying, "Sorry, I just came here to tell you what you asked, give you a proper answer to your question." As Izuku's eyes begin widening, realizing All Might You don't mean, as All Might tells him, you told me about how this young woman is basically her own person, a sentient person that has a will of her own, and it's not really your quirk. To me, I believe it's great. At first, I didn't believe that it's possible to share somebody's power without having to give it to them at first, and that you relying on her wasn't right. But after seeing the two of you, when she was in that red form, realizing that the two of you are great together, a great team, and you weren't relying on one another, you were working together as one. And for that, I have to say, young man, you too, you can become a hero. As Izuku hears this and begins crying like crazy, as Mythra says, "Hear that, Izuku? I told you could," as he soon goes down to his knees and begins crying like crazy, saying that's all he ever wanted to hear. That's all the words he's ever wanted to hear at all, especially from his idol. After that, still cries, with Mythra holding him close, saying it's okay. Everything is now okay. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Sorry if this video is way longer than any video I will ever do, and I mean it. I just having to get a lot of details out. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Please tell me what you guys think, and see you guys next time. This is Leo Moki, signing out. Later.